Beats Studio Buds Plus, the newest addition to the Beats earbuds lineup. 2 years ago, Beats released these headphones, the Beats Studio Buds. We liked them, we didn't love them. They had some problems, both in the way that they fit in our ears.
These don't fit my ears particularly well.
And the way that they sounded.
Just didn't sound totally full to me.
Do the new Beats Studio Buds Plus solve those problems? And are they the best headphones you can buy without breaking the bank? Let's find out. In the box, you get the Beats Studio Buds Plus, a charging case, a USB-C to USB-C charging cable, and 4 sizes of soft silicone ear tips. People like unboxing videos, but let's talk about the actual headphones. I will open the case near my iPhone. All right, it's that easy to connect them to your phone, works on Android too. First things first, these feel a lot better to me than the original Beats Studio Buds did as soon as I put them into my ears. One thing that you should do is to try all the different sizes of ear tips before you decide on which one is right for you. I think that people's #1 complaint about pretty much any pair of earbuds is that they're not comfortable or they fall out of their ears. And obviously it's not your fault. For years, companies have been making these earbuds that are shaped like squares or circles or things that are not human ear shaped. But nowadays, Apple, Beats, they're doing a good job of making earbuds that are comfortable, they stay in your ear. Let's talk about the actual audio quality of these headphones. And we'll start by talking about where the previous versions fell flat. There was lack of high end in the previous Beats Studio Buds and too much bass. Beats Fit Pro came along. They also had a ton of bass, but we forgave them for that because the high end was a little bit more present and because if you're working out, you want to feel the bass. But for a headphone called the Studio Buds, you really don't want to be obliterated by bass because if I'm thinking studio, I'm thinking music studio. And if I'm in the studio, music studios are very balanced. You're not going to get obliterated by bass. You want to hear a pretty accurate representation of the music that's coming out of the speakers. And that's what these headphones do. The Beats Studio Buds Plus sound a whole lot better than the original Studio Buds. The high end isn't just there, it rivals the high-end Sony and Bose earbuds, both of which cost a lot more than these do. And the low end is balanced. If I'm going to make a complaint, it's going to be that there's a low mid-range that seems to be missing just a little bit. So if you're listening to a piano, for instance, or a human voice, you might not hear the lower end of that voice as clearly as I would like to hear it. Everything else sounds really great. Let's talk about the design of the case. It's kind of amazing. It fits in your pocket a lot better than the Beats Fit Pro do because it's also not as tall, which makes it feel a lot smaller than the Beats Fit Pro. And really, I don't mind having this in my pocket. This feels like a lot. In terms of size, if there's a featherweight division for headphones, these are in it, and they're also the world champions of it. They're not gonna beat up the biggest headphones in the world because those headphones can deliver more bass, they've got bigger speakers. But in their class, and even a little above their class, they sound the best. They're the smallest high quality earbuds I've ever worn. And because they're so small, they actually feel great. Let's talk about ANC, or active noise cancellation. These do a lot better job than the previous generation, in no small part thanks to the 50% bigger microphones that they built into them. Additionally, the sound is a lot more improved because, as Beats would say, the magic behind good sound is airflow. So they added 3 airflow vents to the sides of these that were just totally not present on the original Studio Buds. So the ANC sounds great. Transparency mode is kind of like the opposite of ANC, but it also sounds great. Rivals the AirPods Pro 2nd generation because the chip inside is very similar. Beats' proprietary 2nd gen sounds a lot to me like Apple H2. With ANC off, you get a total of 36 hours of battery life, 9 hours for the earbuds, and then you get 3 additional charges from the case. One feature I wish that Beats would add, or Apple would add to the settings app, is the ability to disable the buttons, because when I'm laying on my side in bed, it actually feels just fine to have these in. But if the buttons are enabled, you end up turning on active noise canceling or activating Siri or any of the things you can do with the buttons. And setting up these earbuds is a breeze. I go to the settings app, they show right up here at the top. You can tap on that, toggle between noise cancellation off and transparency mode. And here, if I tap on press and hold, I can choose what happens when I press and hold on either the left or the right earbud. Single tap, double tap, triple tap either starts and stops the song, fast forwards, or goes backward to a previous song. But pressing and holding, I wish that I could disable that feature entirely, because then I could lay down with these headphones in and not worry about starting or stopping the music or activating Siri or turning on or off active noise canceling. But for now, all you can do is choose the features you want on each earbud. How do they sound in phone calls? Let's find out. This is a test of the Beats Studio Buds Plus during a phone call. Like we're used to with Apple products and the previous generation, they sound really good with phone calls. Let's talk about the Beats Studio Buds Plus colors. We have Ivory. We've got the really cool futuristic looking or old school Nintendo looking transparent. And where's David Lynch? Well, he's at home in the Adirondack Mountains with the black and gold variety of these headphones. We don't control when companies release their products or when they send them to us, or the date that they say we can publish our reviews on. This time, it just so happened that David's schedule and Beat's schedule did not line up, so it's just me today. We just so happened to have David live via satellite. David, how did you like the headphones?
These earbuds sound great.
Thanks for that. Back to our review. Is it worth buying the new Beats Studio Buds Plus over the older Beats Studio Buds, which are about $70 cheaper? And for me, the answer is a definitive yes. They sound a lot better. We've reviewed over 50 pairs of headphones over the last few years, and every time we do, we listen to 8 songs and rank them all, and we also rank a bunch of categories like style and the case and the comfortability and all that stuff. Long story short, the Beats Studio Buds got a 3.25 from me. These get a 4.25 from me, which is actually really good for me, because I've only given one pair of headphones a 5 ever. The Beats Studio Buds Plus are the best headphones I've ever heard for $169. And I would recommend them to anybody. My only real complaint with these headphones is just there's a little bit of a lower mid-range warmth that's missing from the audio. This is kind of a nitpicky complaint. These headphones sound great. Really, it comes down to, for every pair of headphones we test, do they sound good or not? These sound really good, and I would buy them. I do have a prediction, however. In the playback correction of their reviewer's guide, it says a tremendous amount of data is analyzed quickly, up to 50,000 times per second. 50,000 times per second sounds a lot like 48,000 times per second, which was mentioned in the H2 chips release with the AirPods Pro 2nd Gen, and sounds a lot like these are going to support lossless audio someday. Maybe. I hope. I think the power is there, but Apple is waiting to release an AirPods Max that can do lossless audio before they enable it on these and the AirPods Pro 2nd Gens. But I just keep asking for lossless audio. So Beats, please, lossless audio. The one area where these fall short of the Beats Fit Pro is in the spatial audio department, kind of. The Beats Fit Pro have spatial audio with head tracking. These have just regular spatial audio, which means they can play back Dolby Atmos tracks. It sounds great. Beats says it sounds like there are 64 speakers surrounding you. Would I say that? No. It just sounds like really good. Speaking of bang for your buck, click that join button below the subscribe button. You can become a channel member and get free PDF guides and a whole lot more. Connect with me, David Lynch. He'll be back, and he'll be super happy if you join this channel. Trust me. Recently, we saw new colors from the Beats Fit Pro, like this really cool Volt yellow pair of headphones. But can the new Beats Studio Buds Plus really hold their own against the older model? Stop laughing, Zach. It's good. It's good. It's a good intro. It was great.